There's your emergency.
Hi. Let's stay there.
Where are you at?
No, it's... Wagner?
Okay, what's going on?
I don't even know.
You don't know what's going on?
Is he breathing? Oh my God. My husband's dead.
Okay, is that your husband?
My husband's freaking out, yes.
Okay.
Wait, no, Elizabeth, get outside.
Ma'am.
She's on the floor. There's blood everywhere. Oh my God, yes, there's blood on the floor. There's a back of his head.
What is your name?
My name is Sherry King.
Sherry. You don't see a gun?
No, I don't see a gun.
Okay. Listen, I need you and your husband to back out of the residence and wait outside for the officers. Do you hear me?
Sorry.
In May 2017, police in the small, quiet town of Bellevue, Ohio, found a man dead from a gunshot wound to the head in the basement of his home. When the police arrived on the scene, they met the husband and wife who had found the victim, David Kinney and his wife. Sherry was one of the old friends of the victim, 43-year-old Brad McGarry.
I can't believe that.
How long you guys been looking?
8, 9 years.
Oh, yeah.
My kids call him Uncle. He's supposed to go to the Bahamas with us in August.
Best buds, I think.
Yeah, he's one of my best friends.
He met him at coal mining classes years ago, and we just took him and his family.
I'm trying not to freak out. I'm sorry. I can't not see that. I'm not supposed to see that, man.
Once you go to the beginning, how you coming out here?
That right there, the weed eater is the whole plan.
Okay. The breeding, the weed eater?
Yes, sir. We come to the basement door and knock, because my daughter knocked on the front door. I told her, I said, sis, go knock on the back door. She went up and knocked on the back door. Door was open. I went up right behind her. I noticed that the kitchen was scattered. There was stuff all over there. I told my wife, I said, Sherry, something's wrong.
When police looked into the basement, they found McGarry's body lying face down on the floor with a pool of blood around his head. Brad McGarry was a gay man in a small, safe neighborhood. His friends say she had broken up with a man named Scotty, but they didn't know Scotty's family Brad.
They stayed with him, I guess.
The last relationship he was in, it was pulled off, and he hasn't been with anybody ever since.
Well, yeah.
Who was the guy?
Yeah.
Okay, who was the guy?
Scott something.
Oh, man.
Very bad mother.
The regular relationship, breaker and emergency.
When the police looked around the house, they noticed that it looked like it had been stolen, but they realized that nothing was actually stolen. There were several phones around and a big TV and even money on the floor. The police were convinced that this robbery was staged. The next thought. They said that he committed suicide. When the forensic doctor arrived, they examined his body. It was clear that there was a bullet wound on his head, so he asked them if they found a gun or not when no weapon was found, and since the weapon falls from the person's hand after the suicide, the police turned the body over, but no weapon was found under it either.
They flipped him over, they didn't see a gun. That's the case, it wasn't no suicide. He's rigorous. Well, people outside.
The detectives immediately interviewed the victim's friends to find out who might have done it. After finding out Scotty Butler's full name, which is Dr. Okerbard, they immediately went to his house to question him. When the informants went to Scotty's house when they arrived, his mother opened the door and told him that Scotty had been in prison for 3 months for violating the parole rules. And it was true, Scotty Butler was no longer suspicious because he had a solid reason. The detectives decided to look around that house to find out if there was a camera pointing to Brad's house or not. Fortunately, one of the neighbors had a camera on the street near Bard's house and they could find out who had come and gone to Bard's house. While checking the cameras, the police continued to interview Bard's friends and neighbors. He had taken a shot that could help the detectives in their investigation, that's why they took his phone to copy that information. The problem that arose at that moment was that just the night before, Brad's cousin said something that completed the investigation. Changed.
You've done.
Sunday, we went to Granny's. We were sitting around the table. It was just me and Brad and Heather, which is another cousin of mine. And he made a comment how this DJ guy, he was coming over. Brad's intent was it was romantic. He made a joke about taking a nap. And it wasn't taking a nap. He was insinuating that they were having sex.
This was Sunday.
This was Sunday.
He was killed.
Yes.
What time did he leave?
Between 1:30 and 2.
Really?
Yes, he was supposed
First
to.
I heard that.
I also know that he was married. They've been married.
Who told you that?
Brad did.
Brad told you.
Yeah. She, being the wife, didn't know all this time. They've been doing this for years. From what I understand, the two of them, Brad and DJ, kind of, I don't know if they laid low or they completely broke up. I guess they call him DJ or David Kenny.
Really?
Yes. The only guy, it's the only guy he's ever told me about. It's the guy. That's him. That's him.
The detectives made David convinced that they wanted his phone because of that screenshot, but the truth was that they checked Brad's phone during the hours he was murdered. They also found evidence that showed Brad and David's relationship was more than just a friend. When they checked the phone, they were able to recover text messages between David and Brad. This evidence showed that they actually had sex. The police actually searched the history of the phone and found out that David's phone was in his house at the time of the murder. While reviewing the CCTV footage, they realized that David went to his wife's house in his wife's car before the murder and left there 40 minutes later. Mash and a few hours later came with his family to apparently give him the lawnmower that David asked to borrow. Now the police know that David was there at the time of Brad's murder. Now they are trying to find out the truth from David.
Where's your phone putting people at Brad's house to get killed in the past 3? I was not there. You were at his house? Yes, sir. I remember. You know exactly where he was. Yes, sir, I know. You're there when he was killed.
No, sir, I was not at his house.
Sir, I can't. Oh my God, I know.
Put all the very things on your way to the
It's going to have to be good.
We'll pass. It's okay. We'll do this together. Do the way I'm going.
You sure though? Yeah. Another guy. I don't know who he was. I don't know his name. I swear on everything. Just old right now.
What happened next?
He went in the garage.
It's okay. Tell me. Tell me. What happened next?
They dragged me running out of the garage. He got the Brad's BMW.
There's a couple things you need to know. Brad's front seat, the beamer was full stop that he broke from the wedding.
Yes, sir.
He didn't have a passenger.
Sir, that guy went back into the BMW.
Despite his many years of experience, the detective knows that people hide their faces when they lie, especially from the police. The police knew that the SUV was still inside the house and had not left the house since the murder, so this is David's story. It was a lie.
We got to the house. I'm telling you to go downstairs so far. There was another man there. I swear to you, God, I didn't want that his name. I didn't want that his name. Okay, it kind of had me go shooting. And then I left. Oh. Okay.
It's okay.
He knew what I looked like. My vehicle was there. I did not know what to do.
What kind of gun was it?
I have no clue.
Why did you call the cops? Why did you do this elaborate story?
Why did you put your own daughter in that basement with that boy?
And you knew he was down there. Daddy, quit screwing your family. Tell me what happened. I did not kill him. You knew Brad was dead? Did you brought your I did not know he was dead.
Now the detective makes up a story to help David talk more easily about what happened. Even though the detective knew that David was still lying, he knew that he was getting closer to the truth.
I'll tell you something. Sometimes when that's happens, people panic. Okay? I got it figured out. I think it might have been an accident. I think that maybe somebody was around and accidentally showed him. I panicked. Didn't think anybody would. Was it an accident? Alright. Drop all this shit. Just let it out. Brad deserves it. Brad's family deserves it. Your wife deserves it. You just deserve it.
I love my wife and kids to death.
You love Brad too.
I do.
Sometimes you think about leaving your wife, Brad.
I told him numerous times, man, I'm not going to get away. Kid, he smacked me around a couple times. He said, if you end all of this now, I'm done with you forever. You can't roll out with me?
Cross the line, man. Stop. Look at it. Let it go. Tell me what happened next.
He had it in his hand. Just kind of like wavering at me, you know what I mean? Telling me, you know, you're up, I'm tired of you, I can't think my emotions this long just to call it quits. He kept wavering at me, so I grabbed it.
Okay. What happened after you grabbed it?
I pushed him.
Okay. What happened?
I saw him.
After these statements, David did not speak anymore and demanded a lawyer. Even despite these statements, he said that he shot Bird, but he claimed innocence in the court. In February 2018, David was convicted of aggravated murder with a firearm. The judge said that if this man was able to do this to the boxer he loved and was his best friend, then what can he do to his enemy and anyone who opposes him? If he could go back in time, he would take everything back. He says that he knows that all the apologies in the world won't bring Brad back, and I'm sorry. The judge announces the verdict and the accused David Kinney is sentenced to life in prison without parole. Thank you for being with me until the end of this video. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. I am waiting for your comments about this case in the comments section so that you can watch out for another criminal case and another video.